Good morning, students. Today we will discuss in the last class we had discussed about the root, the regions of the root. Okay. Today we will discuss about the modifications of the root. Next, that is modifications of the root. Here, in the modifications of the root, yesterday we had discussed certain functions of the roots, such as absorption of water and minerals, food storage, then providing support, mechanical support, or encouraging to the plant. These all things we had studied. See, in that functions, one function is very important. That is, root is meant for the food storage. Okay, so if we focus on this function, that is the food storage, then we can say we can see in the plant some of the modification. What are that means? That we are calling it as the root modification for storage of food. Root modification for storage of food. First one, see, root modification for storage of food. Here, the roots, whatever the, either it may be the tap root, either it may be the lateral fibrous root, or either it may be the adventitious root. Adventitious root are providing some other function, but the tap root and the fibrous root, these are mainly meant for the what? That is for the providing support, mechanical support, strength to the plants. Then one of the main important function, that is absorption of water and minerals. Okay, except this one more function is that it releases or synthesizes the hormones. This is one function. One more function is there, that is food storage. What it is? That is the food storage. Here, they are telling some of the roots, not all roots, some of the roots, certain root specific roots are modified. Okay, are modified themselves for what? For the storage of food. So, what are that roots that particularly meant for the storage of food? Food means in that first one is the conical root. What is the first type of root? That is the conical root. So first we will see about this conical root. Here, this type of root is a conical in shape. Conical means just like a cone in shape. Okay, that's why we are calling it as the conical root. Here, this type of root tuber, this type of type of root tuber is conical in shape. Conical means that is a cone shape. Okay. So, whatever the widest part will be there, see, whatever the top part, this is the top part of the root. It is somewhat wider. When we will see the bottom part of the root, we can see that it is tapering or it is somewhat cone-like in shape. Okay, widest at the top, this is the top part, which is the wider part, widest at the top region, and tapering steadily. Steadily means this top part is wider part. As it is going down, as you can see the down part here, it is just tapering like this. Steadily, it is tapering. This is one type of root to which we are calling it as the conical root. Okay, steadily towards the bottom. At the bottom, you can see that it is totally tapering end. Which example you can give to this type of root means, that example we can give either the turnip, one more is there, carrot. Carrot, this is the common example here. The carrot which will be the wider at the top part and it will become steadily tapering at the bottom. Okay, this is the carrot, like this. So this carrot, turnip is one more example is there, that is the carrot and turnip. Turnip, we cannot say turnip, only the carrot is an example of what? Conical type of root. Then second type is there, that is the fusiform root. See, this type of root tuber is called conical. Why we are calling it as the conical root? Due to the presence of or due to their shape. Okay, what it is that shape? That is a conical shape. Here one example is the carrot. Carrot is modified root. Okay, here the carrot is a modified for what? The storage of the food. Okay, here the carrot is mainly meant for the storage of food, as you are going to consume as a food. The next example, that is the fusiform root. Second one, that is the fusiform root. What do you mean by this fusiform root means? Here this root is widest in middle. This root is widest in middle. Okay, widest, the broad part will be in the middle and tapers towards the bottom as well as top. Okay, towards the top and the bottom. Okay, see here. First of all, the wider in the middle. This is the wider part in the middle. and it is going to taper. This is the widest in the middle, and this is the top part, and this is the bottom part, which will tapering at the bottom and the top. Here, this is the top part, middle part, and one more, that is bottom part. Once again, I will show you. Like this one. Okay, in the middle part, whatever the middle part is there, this middle part is broad one of the widest part. Top part is there, that will be tapers. Bottom part, same thing, it is also having a tapering shape, and in the middle, it is the wider part. Okay, for example is there. That example is the radish. Example of this fusiform root. Say, first of all, what do you mean by this fusiform? Means the root which is modified for what? Storage of food. As you are going to eat the radish which is one of the vegetable here, accept the absorption of water, minerals, nutrients, except that one, this radish is also meant for the, see, why we are calling fusiform means the shape, according to the shape we are calling it as the fusiform. Here, in the middle, it will be the broader part, in the top and the bottom, it will be somewhat pointed or the tapers part. Okay, that is about the fusiform root. The next type, that is the napiform root. The third type, that is the napiform root. Third one, napiform. In this third type of napiform root, the root has a top-like appearance. As you see, the top which is going to play, okay, just like this. Okay, the top, by using a thread, you are going to rotate this top. So, this is one of the top which is going to play. Here, napiform root means the root which is modified for the storage of food, it is just like a top. See here, in this napiform or this napiform root, it is the root has a top-like appearance. Root has a top-like appearance. Okay, just now I showed you how the top it will be. It will be broader at the top and suddenly tapers at the bottom region. Okay, here you see broader at the top or widest part at the top, suddenly what happens means suddenly you can see it is going to taper at the bottom. Okay, it is not going to steadily tapers at the bottom, but suddenly you can see this is the broader part. Suddenly you can see the tapering end. Okay, that sudden tapering end is seen which type of root? That is the napiform root. See here, first of all, this type of root has a top-like appearance. It is very broad at the top. It is very broad at the top, and suddenly tapers at the bottom. In the top region, it is very broad, so much broad, and suddenly it will taper at the bottom region. So what is the example? Means that is examples for these is turnip, and one more, that is beetroot. These are the examples. So turnip, it will be like this. That is turnip and the beetroot. These are the examples of what? Of the napiform root. So conical root, fusiform root, napiform root. These three are the roots which are modified for what? Storage of the food. Next we will see the second storage or second modification of the root which is meant for the support or modification for support. Let's see that one. Second modification of root for support. This is also one of the function of root, so that support, the function of the root, that the support is going to modify it into the root. That is a modification of root for what? For the support. So first, in this first type, see whatever the root who is supporting to the which provides the mechanical support to the plant for their growth, for their better development, that type of root are also modified. So in that first one, crop roots in banyan tree. First one, crop roots in banyan tree. You can see how the banyan tree will be. It will be like this, and the roots are going to arise from these its branches. It will be hanging like this. Okay, see, crop root in banyan tree, it is one of the example of adventitious root. Crop roots, split roots, these are all are what? These are the examples of the adventitious roots. So, what do you mean by adventitious roots? It's the roots which are arising not from the radical. Okay, the roots which are arising from some other parts of the plant. Some other parts of the plant body. But it is not going to arise not arises from the radical. That type of root is known as the adventitious root. See, as you had studied about the what we call taproot system, then fibrous root system, in that you had studied the roots are going to arise from the radical, a radical which is going to directly, there is a direct elongation of the radical after germination of the seed, which will form the taproot or the fibrous root. But this adventitious root, it is not going to arise from the radical, but it is going to arise from some other part, such as branch or stem. You can take any part of the plant. So that type of root, we can see how the roots are hanging like here, which are arising from the stems or branches of the plant. So this type of root we can call it as the crop root. How it is modified, we will see here. Say this crop roots in banyan tree, the hanging roots comes out. Hanging roots comes out from where it is coming. It comes out from the branches of the tree. Branches of the tree. There I had told you some call of the banyan tree. Here roots are arising from where? From the branches. But these roots will emerge into the soil. For example, this is the soil. It will emerge into the soil. For what reason it is just emerging into the soil means that is for to provide the additional support to the banyan tree, because the banyan tree is so much huge. It has been spreaded so much in so much diameter of the space. That's why it needs extra support. Okay, so this hanging root when go and emerge into the soil. For what reason? To provide a additional support. Additional support to a huge banyan tree. Okay, it will provide a additional support to a huge banyan tree, and such roots are known as the prop roots. What it is known as? Prop roots. So here, for the support, we have taken one example, that is the prop root in banyan tree. Banyan tree is so much huge or so much bigger. It requires an additional support. How it is going to, who is going to provide that additional support to so much big banyan tree means that is that roots which are arising from the branches, which are hanging from the branches, and then it will emerge into the soil for providing what additional support, mechanical support to the banyan tree. So this is about the prop root. Next we will see the second type of root modified for what? For the support. Second type, that is the split roots. Split roots. Split roots. This is also one of the adventitious roots. Split roots are also not going to arise from the radicals of the seed, but it is going to arise from the some other parts. So here, in case of maize plant, you can take an example that is in maize plant. As you know, maize plant, which is one of the monopod plant. Okay, in this maize plant, root emerges out from the lower node of stem. Root emerge from the lower node of stem. How means? This is the stem. Okay, node means a point, a region from where the branches or the leaves are going to arise. But here, from this node, the roots are going to emerge. Whatever the lower nodes only, not the upper nodes. For example, this is the stem. This is the upper region or the upper nodes. These nodes are the upper nodes. The roots now are not going to emerge or arise from these upper nodes. But whatever the lower nodes will be there, the roots are going to arise from that lower nodes of the stem. This is the stem. And these are the lower nodes, and these are the roots. Okay, roots are arising from the lower node of the stem, and it will go into the ground. For example, this is the soil or the ground. It will arise from the lower node, and it will going to emerge into the soil, due to which it gives a support to the maize plant. Okay, and it will go into the ground. Such roots are called the split roots, and these roots are known as the split roots, which provides additional support to the plant. Okay, so this is about what? Split roots. Next, one more modification is there. Modification for transpiration. We will see that one. Modification for respiration. Third one. Modification of root for respiration. See, some of the plants which grows in the salty areas, which we will call it as the swamps. See, in case of swamps, swamps means the plants which grows in the salty areas, or the plants which grows in the swamps. In case of plants which grows in swamps. Swamps means that is the salty areas. Okay, in that many roots come out vertically above the ground, such as this is the area that is the salty area. Here, the roots are not going to emerge inside underground or inside the soil surface, but roots are emerging out from the ground like this. Okay, the roots, many roots will come out vertically. Many roots come out vertically above the ground. You can see how it is going to come out, that is vertically it is going to come out from the above the ground. So these are hollow roots. How it will be? It is not rigid. Okay, these roots are the hollow roots. Okay, the next thing here, and these roots which are present above the ground in a vertical form, it is going to arise from the ground. These roots are known as the pneumatophores. What it is known as? It is known as the pneumatophores. These roots are known as the pneumatophores. So, what is the function? Why we are calling here we had modified this root is modified for what? Respiration. How means they facilitate, this pneumatophores will facilitate the exchange of gases in the roots. It facilitates the exchange of gases to the underground roots. Okay, except these roots, some of the roots will be lying underground. To then they will provide the, or there will be exchange of gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. So in this way, these roots are modified, which are known as the pneumatophores. The next topic, that is about the stem. You will see a definition of stem here. Next that is stem. What is stem means? You had seen there is a presence of roots in the underground region, but here this system we can call it as the root system, and above the ground surface there will be presence of an aerial part, and this is known as the stem. Here, when a seed is sowed in the soil, at that time it gets germinated. Here, there is the presence of one radicle and one pinule. You can see in a section of dicot plant or dicot seed, there will be one small radicle and there will be one small pinule. This radicle will give rise to the root system, and a pinule will give rise to the shoot system. Okay, and this shoot system is present in the aerial part of the ground. Okay, here in this aerial part, the shoot system constitutes the leaf, nodes, internodes, then flowers, okay, fruits, seeds, everything will come under the shoot system that is present in the aerial part of the stem or aerial part of the surface. So here, what is the definition, exact meaning of the stem? You will see here. Stem is positively phototropic. First of all, this positively phototropic. What do you mean by the term? Phototropic means roots are negatively phototropic because they are not going to trap any sunlight. Photo means that is the light. Tropic means which are showing a movement or showing a growth towards the sunlight. Okay, here the stem will grow in the direction from where the light is going to come. Or so that is known as the positively phototropic, and here it is erect. Erect means you can see the stem will be present in a erect form. That's why we are calling it as the erect. The next thing here, it is ascending part of the plant. Ascending part of the plant. Ascending part of the plant means the root is the descending part which is growing towards the downside, and the stem is the ascending part which is growing upward of the ground. Okay, that's why we are calling the ascending part of the plant. The next thing here, it develops from the plumule of embryo. It develops from plumule of the embryo. Just now I told you about the plumule and radicle. In the seed, when after the germination, from the radicle, roots are going to arise. From the plumule, the stem is going to arise. And this stem, it will bear, the stem will bear, stem bears. What are the other parts of the plant which bears by the stem itself? That stem bears the leaves, then fruits, flowers, and the flowers. Okay, these are the other parts which is arising from this stem, and as well as nodes and internodes are also present on the stem. Nodes and internodes are also present on the stem. So this is about the definition or the meaning of stem. So next, in the next class, we will see about the structure of the stem, functions of the stem, then modification of the stems. Okay, thank you.